for the audience. What's the most important sexual organ, man or woman? Go for it, guys. Who said it first?
Brain.
What? Brain. Nice. Clearly, guys, both men and women. I used to think it was the penis, but I am dead wrong, as we will see. Now, looking at some of these cases here, in my practice, as well as I'm seeing more and more of this, and no doubt this is a serious issue. First case, young man, you got to assume that everything is clean. Healthy, 28-year-old guy, everything negative. Unexplained erections. I want to have relationships with my wife or my significant partner, and I'm unable. Case 2, unable to orgasm in the vagina. Case 3, low libido. Case 4, severely delayed ejaculation. Case 5, unusual sexual preferences, vastly different from the baseline. So anyone got any idea what's the problem here? Anyone have any idea what's the issue going on with some of these cases? What's the common theme? Anyone know who that is? Dr. Oz, right? Even Dr. Oz is starting to talk about porn-induced erectile dysfunction. And this was in 2013. Time magazine even knows about it. Now, what about the incidence? This is amazing. 3 out of 10 men between 18 and 25 years of age are complaining of erectile dysfunction. Now, hear me again. 18 to 25-year-olds, 3 out of 10 are complaining of some sort of ED. 25% of newly diagnosed ED are in young men under 40 years old. Compare that to Kinsley's report in 1948. Erectile dysfunction in the young men was unheard of. Men under 19, less than 1%. Men under 45, 3%. The Japan Times. Look at that. Almost 4 out of 10 men between 16 and 19, no interest in sex. That's double from the year 2008. What were some of these statements? Too much of a bother. Prefer anime. You know the Japanese cartoons? Over 40% of those people within the survey have not had sex in a month. How about the people in Paris, the most romantic city in the world? A survey in 2008 shows 20%, about 21 in every 5 men, have no interest in sex. Again, we already said this is prime time. Dr. Oz. Now, interestingly enough, you can go online and go to these forums. There's several forums out there with men complaining of this problem, young men in particular. And I've read several of these forums. And they say, I went 2 hours. I went 2 hours to the best urologist in the area. And he had nothing for me. He just gave me some Viagra. He just gave me some Cialis. He's an idiot. That's what they're saying about us. I've seen it multiple times. My urologist didn't know anything. It's unacceptable that we are not aware of this as a very potent potential cause, not a potential, a contributing cause of erectile dysfunction. We have to wake up. Now, it's not just, many famous docs are speaking out, although we probably haven't heard it. Dr. Deutsch is a psychiatrist, and he was one of the earliest docs. He was one of the earliest docs to associate porn and erectile dysfunction. He was a psychiatrist, not a urologist. Dr. Morgenthaler, he's in Boston, very famous urologist. It's clearly said, he quotes, hard to know how many, but it is clear that PIED, porn-induced erectile dysfunction, is a new phenomenon and it is not rare. Dr. Forrest is an Italian urologist, quote, internet porn is killing young men's sexual performance. Dr. Fish, he's in Cornell. When I say that porn is killing America's sexual behavior, I'm not kidding, nor am I exaggerating. So what's going on? What's going on? Pornography, as the brain scientists tell us, is a supernormal stimulus. It's a supranormal stimulus. The way that we were created, or the way we have evolved, sexual arousal in the natural way used to be a man and a woman. Or pretty much that was the main way. However, what has been basically happened is this sexual arousal has been put on steroids or has been dressed up in porn. So basically we get this really incredible stimulus. We'll talk about the brain science in a minute. So why porn now? Porn's been around a long time. Why now? Well, 6 A's as I call it. Affordable, anonymous, don't have to go to a peep show, you don't get caught at the local bookstore or the movie store. It's a very aggressive. Many people know when you type on an internet site like Popular or websites, if you misspell it, you go to a porn site. And then you try to click it out, and then another porn site pops up. That's called mouse trafficking. Very aggressive. They're also targeting kids because they know if they can hook them, they got a customer for life. Acceptable, addictive, and accessible. How accessible is it? The picture says, this picture says all. Even animals got access to it. So again, pornography's been around a long time. Started with, cave drawings. Then we advanced to like magazines. It's all still pictures. Then we really got advanced and we started having moving pictures such as movies with the VHS. We evolved into high-speed internet, mobile devices, and yes, virtual reality. And yes, tactile suits that basically you strap on your goggles, you put on your tactile suit, and basically you know no need of a real human person. It's a tragedy. Now, porn and its availability, you can see young men, teens to 30-year-old, it's their first sexual experience. Most men now, their first experience is with internet porn. Again, this unprecedented access. We are a society that wants instant pleasure without work. We don't have to woo the ladies anymore. We don't need to have a job. We don't want any of that. We just want instant gratification. Again, a lot of variety. We'll talk more about that. They're taxing their libido. And some of these things that are happening too is expending much energy and anxiety. We'll get into that later. So let's take a look at some of these statistics. Huffington Post 2013. More visits to porn site than Netflix, Amazon, and Twitter combined. 25% of all searches. 25% of all searches on the web are porn-related, pornography-related. That translates into almost 70 million searches a day on Google or Firefox or your favorite search engine. Also, there are about 25 million websites and increasing daily. Study at the University of Montreal, they wanted to do a study. And in this study, they wanted to see how porn affects the sexuality of men. So they wanted to have a group where men who engaged in porn and men who didn't engage in porn. What do you think the results of the study were? Anyone? 5 seconds, you got a book if you know the end result. Anybody?
No porn room.
What?
There was no one in the no porn room.
Roger. They could not recruit a single man that has not watched pornography. Good job. The study wasn't conducted. True or false? This only porn only affects men. You think 1 out of 3 women view porn? True or false?
True.
I think it's false.
Oh, I was just about to offer a prize. You're too soon. You're too fast. Yes, it's actually true. Believe it or not, 1/3, the newest statistics are saying 1/3 is increasing, and it's increasing. So again, treating this as a difficult matter, right? There's a lot of shame and guilt associated with this, layered with religious beliefs and complexities such as these type of issues, make it a difficult conversation for treatment and identification. Another big problem is women, when they discover that their significant other or husband is engaging in pornography, they start to feel quite inadequate, like they're not doing their job. And when in reality this is far from the truth, as we shall see. Men feel confused. They don't know, they try to stop or don't want to do it, but they find out that once they've been doing it a while, they're stuck.